welcome to this new mini-series that I've got for you on the channel. As many of you will know, the Players' Cup 4 is coming up soon, and if any of you are anything like me at all, you will know absolutely nothing about the current meta. I have done no VGC for the last couple of months, other than maybe like laddering once. I have no idea what the current meta is. I have no idea what's popular. I have no idea what's good. But I figure I'm going to give this Players' Cup a go. For most of you who know the channel and know me, I normally take the mick quite a lot with the Players' Cup. I've brought silly teams, particularly last time round, where I got Gemma, my girlfriend, to pick my team for me. It was mostly full of horses, cats, like Galarian Rapidash and Meowstick or something. I can't even remember exactly what it was, but it was great fun. It was so much fun. We finished somewhere in the 1600s, but not quite enough to qualify. So I decided this time I'm going to really give it a go. I'm going to try and learn about the meta. I'm going to try and actually do something kind of useful and good. So yeah, hopefully it'll be fun and educational. Basically, the idea of what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one, maybe two, maybe three rental teams, probably two or three, and just do a bit of online play. Teams that I've had a look. I've watched some YouTube videos and I've seen people use these teams, and I think, in my opinion, they'll be useful teams for something like the Players' Cup. They're solid. They don't get beaten by a lot. They obviously, every matchup is not, every team has its matchups that aren't ideal, but I think these teams that will give you a really good chance in kind of 50-50 matchups, and if you play well, you'll be able to win the majority of your games with them, or certainly enough to qualify. At least that's the idea anyway. So if you're looking for some rental teams to use, or you're looking for a bit of kind of a more kind of average VGC player using these teams, rather than looking at like a Wolfie or an Aaron Zeng, or someone who's like really great up here, someone who can kind of talk about it on your level. Maybe this is the video for you. So yeah, we'll see. Without further ado, let's have a look at the first team we're going to use. Alright, so here's our first team. As you can see, the restricted Pokemon on this team is the Yveltal. It's got the Assault Vest, and it's a mixed set. It's got Foul Play, Oblivion Wing, Sucker Punch, and Snarl. The idea of this Yveltal is it doesn't go down easily, especially paired with the double intimidates of Landorus and Incineroar. It's really hard to kill. The idea is you can bring it in early game and sweep if you can get the speed boost up. It doesn't have much speed investment, but if you can get speed boost onto it, next to something like Landorus or next to something like Regieleki, which can slow things down for you, it can snowball, especially with the Dark Aura. Any dark moves are doing really good damage. As I say, obviously it's paired with the Landorus. The Earthquake into next to Yveltal is really decent synergy, and the Regieleki is there to offer speed support and also to help with the Kyogre matchup. Between Regieleki and Rillaboom, it really deals well with Kyogre actually. The Safety Goggles and Incineroar helps to deal with the Sun matchup. Metagross is there with the weakness policy to help you out against the pesky fairies who really trouble Yveltal. It's a really nice balanced team, this one, in my opinion. This is the team I've used the most in Series 8. The very limited amount of Series 8 I've played, but it's the one I've used the most. I've laddered with it, I've got to Master with it up to kind of the decent, like sub 500 the one time I did ladder, so it's useful. I'm not a great player, so if I can get that high with it, it's clearly going to be a useful team. So what I'll do now is jump into a couple of games, and hopefully as we go I'll explain how I'm using it, and maybe that'll kind of help you out. So yeah, let's just jump into some games and we'll see how we go. Okay, it looks like our first matchup is going to be a rain matchup. Our opponent has Kyogre, Mimikyu, Urshifu. I never know which Urshifu is which. I've played so little VGC since we've done Draft League. I've just been disinterested. It's Dracovish, Zapdos, regular Zapdos, and Whimsicott. So one of the things I like about this team is that you don't have to go for huge speed advantages, because you're just going to be bulky enough to deal with the opponent a lot of the time. Looking at this matchup, I'm going to want a fake out lead, I think, somewhere along the line. I kind of like Rillaboom Regieleki here, just because it gives us a good matchup into a Kyogre lead. It also allows us to outspeed pretty much. I think we outspeed Choice Scarf Dracovish. I don't really know. How fast are we? Hello? Regieleki, how fast are you? 228. Oh, it's modest Regieleki, that's right. 228 is still pretty fast, right? That's fast. Even in these like this meta, that's quite quick, I think. I don't actually think we need Incineroar here. I'm quite tempted to bring. I'm quite tempted to bring the Metagross just because it looks fairly useful into both the fairies. So yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for that. Okay. So again, like I say, I'll try and talk you through my moves as best I can. A lot of this is also practice for me because I'm going to try and either stream or record my Players' Cup run this time again. So I want to get back into the swing of recording while I play VGC and not like other formats I've been playing. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, if you want to like and subscribe and stuff, that'd be great. You could do that. Okay, it's Urshifu, whichever that Urshifu is. I think that's the dark one. Is that the dark one? I feel like it's the dark one. How do you tell the difference? Someone tell me how you tell the difference. All right. We obviously have priority Grassy Glide here, which is pretty nice. We also have the ability to fake out the. Oh, it's the water one. Okay, well that's really nice. We have the ability to fake out the Whimsicott here. Which I do like. I do like faking out the Whimsicott just to prevent any kind of speed boost here. And I also kind of like the Volt Switch option. Into the Urshifu. However, do we just lose momentum if we Volt Switch into the Urshifu here? A Thunderbolt will obviously take it out, and it can only have Sash on one thing. So let's go for the Thunderbolt. No, let's Volt Switch. I want to keep myself around for... I want to keep the Regieleki around in case Kyogre comes out later. Okay, so we get the Fake Out off into the Whimsicott, which does really nice damage actually, and it flinches. We also get the Volt Switch off into the Urshifu, which is going to bring it down to Sash. Okay, so that's good to know. It is Sashed. Really useful knowledge. Okay, so I think the best thing for us probably to do here is actually go into the Metagross. I don't really want to bring the Yveltal out yet. I want to keep it hidden for as long as possible. This gives us nice damage into the Whimsicott, and I'm kind of okay with him targeting. If we do take an attack into the Metagross slot here, I'm pretty much okay with that, I think. Yeah, let's go for that. Again, I really want to preserve Yveltal. Yveltal next to Regieleki is so handy, and I think Rillaboom can take an attack from this. Okay, goes for Surging Strikes. I presume into the Regieleki slot, which is now Metagross. Yeah, so I'm pleased we went for this switch. Metagross takes that reasonably well. We now obviously also have this option of Grassy Gliding into the Urshifu here, which is pretty nice. Which means as well, which is fairly important, that even if this we can kind of allow Whimsicott to get Tailwind off here because we've preserved Rillaboom quite nicely. It's still fairly healthy. We can go for a free Grassy Glide into the Urshifu slot because that way I don't mind giving you a free switch into the Kyogre. We can pick up a double. Actually, let's just think. Do we want the double KO? What can he bring in on either slot? The Dracovish? If he brings in the Dracovish, we still have priority Grassy Glide into Kyogre. We still have priority Grassy Glide into Mimikyu. If he Trick Rooms, that's probably in our favour. So I think we're fairly safe to go for this Iron Head here as well. Yeah, I don't see any reason why we can't do that. Okay, he withdraws the Urshifu. Not overly surprising. What comes in here? The Zapdos. Okay, yep, no problem. Not a problem. Goes for the Sub Whimsicott, okay. Grassy Glide won't do a huge amount of damage. Will do a huge amount of damage. That's a crit for sure. Very fortunate on our end that that's a crit. But so already you see what this team does, particularly to rain teams, right? It just puts an immense amount of pressure on all of the time. Constantly putting pressure on. It's really impressive in my opinion. It has great type synergy. You obviously have the fire and grass type synergy with Rillaboom and Incineroar. We don't have a water type, do we? No, but you don't need it. It's really strong kind of core all around, in my opinion. I really like it. So with Zapdos out on the field, and now knowing what is in the back, I feel fairly confident we can switch into the Yveltal here, because we're not going to take... we shouldn't take too much damage from it, even if it goes for an electric attack into the Rillaboom slot, which I really can't see. I'm then also going to go for an Ice Punch into the Zapdos slot here. Because if he tailwinds, I'll give up the speed advantage. We've got priority Grassy Glide in the back, which we know deals with his Urshifu. And then if it's Kyogre, also Regieleki and Urshifu both, Regieleki and Rillaboom both deal with Kyogre really well. So, yeah. If he predicts the switch and fires off a Max Lightning into that slot, then you know what? Fair enough. But I would imagine, if anything, we are going to be seeing a Max Airstream into the Yveltal slot. That would be my guess anyway. Okay, so Wim goes for another sub, which is, you know, is what it is. So it is an Airstream into into that slot. So as you can see, with a Max Airstream from a Zapdos, which is always going to be a fairly powerful attack, right? Zapdos has got decent special attack and it's Life Orb, and Yveltal, non-maxed, takes it like it's not bothered, right? It's just so strong. It's really, really strong, really, really impressive, and that's why I like this team myself. I really, really like it for that reason. Okay. Excuse me. Right, so now we're in a position where Rillaboom deals with everything on his team. It just does. It deals with absolutely everything now. We can Sucker Punch the Zapdos, which I imagine will take it out, and we can fire off another Iron Head into the Whimsicott here. If he doesn't attack with the Zapdos, we're going to get pretty much a free Iron Head off, I think. Again, he's gone for sub every turn. Not had a Tailwind come out yet. I mean, in fairness, he probably has no reason to Tailwind. Sucker Punch comes out, takes the KO. Really nice. We still preserved our Dynamax too. Looking pretty healthy here. Okay, Moonblast comes out from the Whimsicott into the Yveltal slot. We take that as well. I wonder if this is the max special attack Whimsicott that I've been seeing. I played a little bit on the ladder, on the showdown ladder yesterday when I was trying to build a team and failing miserably. And some guy was using like max special attack Whimsicott. It's really annoying, actually. It's really, I didn't expect it at all. And I got the floor wiped. I got the floor wiped. My floor wiped. I got beaten badly. I don't know what the phrase is exactly, but yeah, I didn't do so good. And he did pretty good. Alright, so we're in okay shape. He comes out with the Urshifu now. So I think we can actually just Sucker Punch again here, right? We can Sucker Punch the Urshifu, because I think that might even pick up the KO. In honesty, probably pick up a KO, unless he Aqua Jets. You know what, as we are ahead, I'm going to go for a Snarl. Am I going to go for a Snarl? I am going to go for a Snarl, in case he Aqua Jets, in which case obviously we won't get our Sucker Punch off, and I'm going to Iron Head the Whimsicott. We still have our max. Okay, Wim goes for the sub again. Yep, it does go for the Aqua Jet. Okay, that's fine. This is absolutely fine because we can now bring in Rillaboom. We can Grassy Glide. Iron Head comes down to the Whimsicott, we take it out. And we still have, like I say, yeah, we still have our Dynamax available to us, which is very, very nice. Yveltal did its job there by kind of baiting attacks from the Zapdos and not dying. So that's really, really good. Leftovers Whimsicott continuing to be very annoying. Yeah. Here's what it is. Grass disappears, which is a perfect time to make the grass reappear. Yeah. Let's reappear grass. So actually, rather than Grassy Glide, obviously, we can just fake out the Urshifu here. Grass comes back. Okay. In games like this, they're always peculiar because you get ahead early and you need to make sure that you can press home the advantage. But sometimes it is not difficult, but like you have to make sure you carry on concentrating and make sure that you are able to continue to push your advantage. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what our opponent's going to be doing here. I'm pretty confident a fake out's going to remove the Urshifu. He might switch the Urshifu, but if you're switching the Urshifu, unless you've got Mimikyu in the back, in which case you obviously don't take any damage from a fake out, what are you switching into? I'm not sure. Okay, we get the fake out off into the Urshifu. It does KO the Urshifu. Very nice. Whimsicott goes for another substitute. So we're going to Iron Head that slot there. Yep. Okay. We're finally going to see what his last Pokemon is. Judging by what he's brought, I'm really not sure. Truthfully, I'm not sure. But we'll see. I think Kyogre would be good for us, to be honest. If it is Kyogre, which it is, very nice. Because now we're Grassy Gliding, and we know that it can't Dynamax. So, that puts us in a fairly nice spot. Obviously, we also have Regieleki in the back as well, which likes the Kyogre matchup. Okay. I think we're kind of free to just Iron Head again, right? Yeah, I think so. And then we can decide which of... we don't have a lot of damage into the Whimsicott after this. Because, well, I mean, for example, if the Kyogre were to be able to knock out the Metagross. But yeah, the Miracle Seed Grassy Glide is enough for Kyogre. It usually is. Like I say, I think I said in the build-up to this team does really, really nicely into Kyogre. It just does so much damage to it. But yeah, there we are. We're actually going to probably take game 1 without having to Dynamax, which is always a nice thing to do. So yeah. It gives us a nice opportunity actually to discuss what goes well, what went well in this matchup, why this team does well. Like I said, a lot of it is down to synergy, right? We have the ability to switch Regieleki, Rillaboom, and Yveltal around quite frequently to kind of minimize opposing max attacks. The Regieleki takes electric attacks fairly well, obviously. Yeah, and our opponent just forfeits. So GG's to our opponent. Like, Regieleki's obviously frail, like famously frail Pokemon, but you would be surprised it can take not very effective hits to a degree. And often with okay, we jump now into this matchup against MA7. I haven't actually picked the team. We've just gone with the front four. I had some capture card issues there, and so yeah, we're just bringing the front four. But that's all right. We'll see how we go. He leads off with Dialga and the Landorus T, and we lead with the Yveltal and Incineroar, which actually, well, I mean, it's not great. It's not ideal, but we'll make do. We will make do. So, who else is in the back if we bring this lead? Not sure. So the order is Landorus, Yveltal, and Incineroar. Obviously, Dialga is in there as well. Okay, so we do have a second Intimidate, which is quite nice. Might take that option. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Snarl to lower the special attack of the Dialga, and I'm going to pop into Landorus here. See if we can bait him into maxing early, and not doing huge damage. I'm not sure if we can. I'm not sure how I would have led into this. I didn't really have the time to decide, unfortunately. But it's okay. Again, hopefully we can pull through this and showcase how good the team is at being adaptive, at being able to win matchups maybe you're not so keen on, or matchups you're not sure on in Team Preview. So he does Dynamax the Dialga. I wonder if we'll see an Earthquake out from the Landorus. It's one of the reasons I switched into our own Landorus, because obviously the telepathy on the Dialga. Okay, great, so he actually goes for a Protect here, which is really nice. We get the Snarl off, which goes into the protecting Landorus, and it does land on the Dialga, which is very nice. So Dialga will be a -1 special attack. Let's see what it goes for here. It goes for the Max Quake. Fantastic. So that was a really nice switch on our end. The likelihood is, I think, if it was anything like when I used to play, Dialgas are still weakness policy. So we won't mess around here. We are a little ground weak on the switching. I wonder if we can get away with a sword stance here. Do you think we can get away with a sword stance here? No, let's not risk that. Let's just lower this opposing Landorus's attack again, I think, with another switch. Because what would you do into my Landorus here? You might go for an attack drop with the dragon move or a steel move. Either way, I think this is probably a nice, another nice switch. Try and nullify the opposing Landorus a little bit, which will now be a -3. Yeah, and then obviously we'll get another Snarl off into the Dialga, which will hopefully really put a bit of pressure on for us. Ideally, we don't want to see a steel spike here from the opposing Dialga, but if we do, we do. Not the absolute end of the world. Okay, yeah, Landorus goes to the Rock Slide. Pretty much expected. That does more than I thought. Yeah, that will be why, because we got crit. But again, you can see quite how bulky this Yveltal is, right? Like, it just is so bulky. Really impressively so, I think. Okay, so he gets his defense boost. Not ideal, but not the total end of the world. I'm going to go for an Oblivion Wing into the opposing Landorus here. And I'm just going to parting shot the Dialga back out into... do I want a parting shot, or do I want to fake out opposing Landorus here and go for an Oblivion Wing? Yeah. He protected last time, didn't he? So yeah, we can Snarl again, or we could possibly switch. Okay, let's go into Metagross, see if we can get an Earthquake off here, and let's parting shot the Dialga just to try and lower its special attack even more. I think we don't think we'll outspeed it. It's a bit of a rushed move, to be honest, but I'm trying to hopefully get a -3 Earthquake proc. No, it goes for the Protect. Okay, that's fine too. We'll deal with that. We can deal with that. It goes for the Wormwind into the Metagross. Doesn't do too much, and we've successfully burned the Dialga's Dynamax, which again is really nice. And if you can do that with this team, if you can burn Dynamax that way, it's really helpful. Like, it's so helpful. So now what I'm going to do is go back into my own Landorus to get another Intimidator to his, and I think my Landorus is my Dynamax candidate in this match now. I think it kind of has to be. His Dialga is at +1 defense. +1? Yeah, +1 defense. So I don't think we'll one-shot it. I don't think we one-shot it, which is obviously upsetting. We would prefer to do that. I wonder here, can I afford to go for an Ice Punch into his Landorus and a Sword Stance? Or is a Sword Stance greedy? In case he Ice Beams or something. I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to ignore his Landorus. I'm going to Earthquake, and I'm going to Max Quake the Dialga here. He withdraws Dialga into Tyranitar. Okay, well that works. His Landorus is a -4, so unless he's going to be fishing for flinches and crits, I think we're in a pretty nice spot. This is also really nice because it resets the Dialga's defense boost. So, provided this knocks out the Landorus, which I think it should. Sorry, what the hell is it called? Tyranitar. Presuming it does knock out the Tyranitar, then we are in really good shape now. So we get the Max Quake off, which will also give us a special defense boost, which is very nice. That is a clean KO. Absolutely beautiful. Gives us a little special defense boost. Unfortunately, Metagross is going to be doing nothing now, but that's okay. Really, really smooth KO. His Landorus goes for a U-turn. Okay, so he will lower our attack on the way back in, which is not it's not ideal, but again, it's not the end of the world. He will reset his own attack too. I presume he will either go into Dialga here or in the other slot, but I'm pretty confident that opposing Landorus T is going to be coming back in. Okay, he goes into his Regieleki, which is going to take an Earthquake, and it's going to bring it down to his Sash. Oh, it wasn't bringing it down to his Sash, it's just that's what the split damage Earthquake did, so there we are. There we go. Okay, so now we're in a nice spot, and again, this just showcases the quality of this team. The guy who built this team, I can't remember his name. Just really, really, really great job. Fantastic job. I mean, look at it. It works so smoothly, constantly being able to surprise me with the synergy that it has, with the ability to win matches you kind of have no right to win. Okay, so we're going to go for a max airstream into Dialga here, just to bring it a little bit lower, and we're going to go for the Ice Punch into the Landorus. Hopefully our airstream will make our Metagross faster than his Landorus, and if he doesn't go for Protect, which he doesn't, so we do a little chip there into the Dialga, which should hopefully put it in Max Quake and then Earthquake range. Raise the speed in our Metagross so that we are quick enough to pick up a KO into his Landorus, and I'll try and stop waffling long enough to let this turn play out. Ice Punch comes out, does KO the opposing Landorus, so it looks like we're going to pick up this game. What I was trying to say there is, this match, obviously, we were behind. We didn't know, we didn't choose our team. we timed out because of my tech issues. Shock horror, no one is surprised at that. We timed out, meaning we were kind of a little bit on the back foot immediately, but due to the strength of the team and the synergy that it has, even with 4 random Pokemon, we were able to pull it back, right? The turn 1 switch allowing us to kind of come into Landorus, get an Intimidate off into opposing Landorus, which obviously protected, so it didn't matter too much, but we missed the Dialga's Max Quake, and we were just immediately set. We were immediately on the front foot thanks to 1 switch. We were able to stall out the opponent's Dynamax, and that is so key. So yeah, we're not going to check his battle team. We'll do one more matchup with this team, I think, today, and then we'll call it an episode. Okay, so we found our next opponent, who is going to go with the Cinderace, Suicune, Regieleki, Solgaleo, whatever the hell that thing's called. I didn't play that year. I didn't play that year very much. Solgaleo? I don't know. Landorus T and the Grimmsnarl. So this looks like a more difficult matchup for our team. The Solgaleo is Steel and Psychic, right? It's like Metagross, I think? I don't know. I never remember. I like Yveltal in the back here for sure. I think we're going to lead Regieleki. Or are we going to lead Regieleki? No, we're going to lead... We want to lead Fake Out, but do we want... Yeah, I think we do want Incineroar. And I think we also do want Regieleki. And we're going to bring Yveltal in the back. So the reason I want this is because I want to make sure that if he leads Cinderace or Suicune, that we were able to hit them hard with Regieleki, and also if he leads the Solgaleo, we get an Intimidate off. And I want to keep Yveltal in the back for the end game. I do kind of like Rillaboom here, actually. I think between the Big Bird, the Pussycat, and the Regieleki, we have enough for the others, and I think Rillaboom just ties out the rest quite nicely. So yeah, we're going to go for that. Let's hope we can pick up another win. It's always nice to get some momentum. It's always nice to win with teams. But we will see. I think this opponent's team is a lot more difficult for us. It's got a lot more variance in what it can do. And we have a less certain approach. So we'll see. Good luck to my opponent, obviously. Well, let's hope we can pick another win. So he goes for the Suicune Cinderace. Right, so this is why I really, really wanted to lead the Regieleki to just put on immediate pressure. So We get the Intimidate off onto the Cinderace, which is very nice. We'll see if it's a White Herb Cinderace, or whatever. Is it White Herb? Yeah. So, I'm not going to target down the Suicune with Regieleki here, because I feel like we are asking to get land. It's just calling for a Landorus switch in, right? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fake out the Suicune slot in case it is going to go for something, and I'm going to Volt Switch to Cinderace. Or do I Thunderbolt Cinderace? Do I Electro Web the Cinderace? I think I'm going to Volt Switch, because then I get the chance to bring in another fake out user next turn. Although I may be missing out on a bit of damage, I also don't want to take any. Don't want to take too much damage on Regieleki, because I want to be able to rotate it in later. Yeah, so it does withdraw Suicune. I'm guessing into Landorus. Yep, okay. So that's fine. We did call that, which is really nice. If he doesn't max the Cinderace here, I think we're in pretty nice shape. But we'll see. I imagine he probably will max it. No, he doesn't. Okay, so we get the fake out off into opposing Landorus, which does a nice little bit of chip thanks to a critical hit. And we get the Volt Switch off. Okay, which actually just cleanly picks up the Cinderace, thanks to another crit. So it turns out, by the way, if you just crit all the time, then it's much easier to win matches. It's a lot easier if you can crit full time, just in case you didn't know. Okay, so we're going to go to Rillaboom in case he brings the Suicune back out, but also it gives us fake out opportunity again, and it also may bait a flying move out of the Landorus here, which it's not necessarily the best thing in the world, but if he does max Landorus, I want to get some damage onto it as early as possible, and I don't want to give it the chance to Swords Dance, right? He goes into Necrozma. Oh yeah, it's Necrozma, right? That's it. It's not called Solgaleo, is it? It's called Necrozma. What does it do? Can someone tell me what it does? It is Steel type, so that's good. Is it fast? Is it slow? Can someone help me, please? Because I don't know the answer. Steel and Psychic. So it should then, realistically, it should lose to Yveltal in the end, right? So what I'm going to do is the Landorus can't do anything. So I'm going to Parting Shot the Necrozma, and I'm going to Grassy Glide the Landorus slot. Because I want damage onto the Landorus, because I feel like it's a problem for us. If he maxes the Necrozma, I don't know what it does, so I guess I'll learn, and that's why I'm doing this, right? That's why I am... okay, it is. It's like a big lion. Pretty... I'm not sure if it's cool or whether it's weird, but... I want to know what these things do. I don't want to be in the middle of Players' Cup and not know what this thing does, so... we get the Grassy Glide off, which does a really nice chunk of damage. Landorus goes for a U-turn, which does about, what, 60% to our Rillaboom. He's going to go into his Suicune here. And I want to know what this Solgaleo does. Is it faster than Incineroar? No, it's not. But we do get a Parting Shot, so that's good to know. Okay, if you're Solgaleo Necrozma, what do you do into Incineroar? I'm working on the basis that it's like Metagross but a lion. And if it's not, then you can tell me I'm an idiot in the comments. But I'm working on the basis that it's Lion Metagross. So, it's either going to Steel Spike into the Rillaboom, or like Psychic into the Rillaboom, or it's going to be running like Earthquake or something like that into the Incineroar, which is where my money would be. So we're going to go into Yveltal, which is a little risky, because Yveltal's our win condition against it if it is Lion Metagross. But if we miss a Max Quake here, then that's like huge, right? Coaching available, $100 an hour. No, I'm only joking. Right, so now then, isn't this thing also like classic for weakness policy? Isn't that a thing? So we don't want to trigger that. Like, we definitely don't want to trigger that. So I'm actually thinking I might switch again here, back into the Incineroar to intimidate it, because I think it's physical. And then I might even do I Grassy Glide the Suicune? I think I do, even though it's probably going to protect. I'm going to Grassy Glide it in case it doesn't, or in case it switches back into Landorus. Yeah. I hope this thing is physical. I'm still working on the basis it's Lion Metagross. Lionogos. Okay. It does not protect the Suicune, so we do get the Grassy Glide off, and that does so much damage with the Miracle Seed. Citrus Berry, I presume, or Figgy or something. It looks like a Guava Berry. Okay, so Suicune goes for the Icy Wind. Will that pick up the Rillaboom? It will not. Okay. What do you do, Big Lion? What do you do? Max Steel Spike. Okay. Into Incin. Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So it's not great that it gets the defense boost. You know, no one wants that defense boost. No one wants to give away defense boost for free. But yeah. I don't really want to switch to Incineroar again, because it feels like it's a kind of obvious thing to do, and that we could just end up taking another Steel Spike. But at the same time, I don't really want to give him a special defense boost, because I want to be able to finish up by. I'd really like to finish up with. I'd really like to be able to win this out with Yveltal. Although I feel like it's probably not necessary. I don't think we need. Do we need Rillaboom? We probably do need Rillaboom still. Let's Parting Shot this thing just in case, and let's just go for another Grassy Glide into the Suicune on the off chance that it doesn't protect. It should protect here, right? Okay, it doesn't protect, so we will pick up the Suicune. Even the defense boost is not going to save it. We might get Quaked. We might get Quaked into the Incineroar. Yeah, we do, which kind of blows. He may go into the Rillaboom, actually. No, he goes into Incineroar. We take it, because we are strong. And now his Dynamax is over. He has one of each defense boost, but we've Parting Shotted him again, which means he's got no offense whatsoever now. And he's going to bring in his Landorus. Yeah, he's going to bring in his Landorus. We're going to go on the offensive especially, right? Yeah. Okay, I think I know how we're going to try and finish this endgame off. I think what we're going to do is we're going to aim for the max darkness into the thunder. What's it called? The Landorus slot, lowering the special defense of the Necrozma. And then hopefully that will leave us in a position where even if everything else in the whole world goes wrong, we still have the ability to pick it up with the Regieleki. We'll see. We'll see. Again, once again showing with this team that everything, you really can kind of cover yourself if you pick the right Pokemon. Even if you pick the wrong Pokemon, you are able to cover yourself really, really nicely. There is so much synergy. There's a lot of switching synergy. So there's a lot of offensive synergy, and other than a few matchups, like I think it struggles a little against Thundurus, the Defiant Thundurus variant, because obviously the dual Intimidate. But there are ways around it. You can beat it. One of the ways of beating that matchup, I think, is being really, really offensive with your own Landorus and just saying, "Come on, let's go 1 for 1. Let's see how we can, take me on." The other option is using Regieleki. It's like Dynamaxing Magnet Modest Regieleki, surprisingly effective. It does a lot of damage, even into Thundurus like that. Like, it does a surprising amount of damage. So if you can get it right, it's really, really useful. So we get the darkness off. This will obviously pick up the Landorus. It will lower the special defense of the Necrozma, Solgaleo / Metagross / Lion. This guy likes Lion Pokemon, obviously. Is Landorus a Lion or is it a Tiger? I don't really know. Okay, so he goes to the Earthquake, which will be great because hopefully that picks up It doesn't actually pick up the Incineroar. But hey, that's fine. We now have the option of a fake out. I presume he'll probably look to Rosie. Excuse me, that's my dog. How many stages of reduced attack is it now? -4. So we're kind of safe to set off the policy, right? Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty confident we can set off the policy now. I'm going to fake it out. It shouldn't really matter. I think we're all sealed up. But again, like, you need to make sure that you place your win cons at all times. So there we go. Let me know down below in the comments if you want to see this team again. I'm going to try and use a Zekrom team that I saw Aaron Zeng use recently, which is really, really cool. I was building a team with a couple of guys from the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, the link will be down there. If you want to come and talk team building, we're always talking team building on there. There's also, we're still in the middle of the Kanto Classic event. There's more Nuzlocke stuff to come. There's loads. But yeah, I've been looking at building a team around weakness policy Palkia. And then I saw that Aaron Zeng was using a team that was really similar, but with Zekrom. And I tried out the Zekrom team, and it's really, really good. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more teams, or you want to see this team again, or you want to see whatever you want to see, like, do let me know, because I'm happy to do whatever. These are as useful for me. These are useful for me because I'm practicing playing. I'm practicing commentating while I play, and I'm learning the meta. So anything that can also be helpful for you is really, really good. And if you enjoy it, leave a like and blah blah blah, all that rubbish. But mostly, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.